An artist, the role of the writer.
The role of the artist, the role of the role of the artist who also is, well, should we say, probably courageous, probably mad, probably terribly ambitious writer who wants to say, this is what Somalia is like and this is what I'm going to write. It is possible that the way I see Somalia is not the way that some other Somalis or some other foreigners who do not know Somalia may see it that way. But I have continually seen Somalia as a country full of hope, and yet that have been held back from, accomplishing that hope, that dream.
I know that you regularly visit the United States. You've been traveling here recently. What do we get wrong, or what do we not know about your country that you want Americans to know?
Well, there are two types of Americans. I would say there is the ordinary American who obviously needs to be told that, we have a long history, as you have pointed out. We have a long tradition, and that we would like many of them to know that the crisis that's taking place in Somalia is a recent one, and that someone like me is of the hope that this is a short-term crisis. But I would say that there are some history professors, literature professors who know enough about Africa. And I'm hopeful that some of these people would comment and challenge some of the stories that are being, the way Africa is being portrayed is not always the way Africa is. And my interest in novel writing is also to bring that out. To bring out also something else that's very, very important, at least to me. The place that women play in civil wars like Somalia. It is about that, writing about that, in this novel and in many other novels that I have done, that I'd like to bring out this, that whereas men create destruction, benefit from anarchy, use clan warfare in order to gain more power, women are the nurses healing the wounded, mending the broken and putting things together all the time and working towards peace.
All right, the novel is called Knots, Nuruddin Farah. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my pleasure.
And again, the major developments of this day, a stock plunge in China triggered sell-offs around the world. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost more than 400 points. Secretary of State Rice announced Iraq has invited Iran and Syria to regional talks with the backing of the United States. And a top U.S. base in Afghanistan came under attack. As Vice President Cheney was visiting, he was not hurt. We'll see you online and again here tomorrow evening. I'm Jim Lara. Thank you and good night.
Major funding for the News Hour with Jim Lara is provided by...
The world's demand for energy will never stop, which is why a farmer is growing corn, and a farmer is growing soy, and why ADM is turning these crops into biofuels. The world's demand for energy will never stop, which is why ADM will never stop. We're only getting started. ADM, resourceful by nature.
And by Chevron. Pacific Life. The Atlantic Philanthropies. The National Science Foundation. And with the continuing support of these institutions and foundations. And...
This program was made possible by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
To purchase video cassettes of the News Hour with Jim Lehrer. Call 1-866-678-NEWS.
We are PBS.
Painting pictures of the world to help viewers make sense of it all. Watch BBC World News.
International news and analysis weekdays at 4. It's the stories that matter most to Northern Californians. For perspectives and thoughtful discussions of the week's issues and events, join Belva Davis and Bay Area reporters for This Week in Northern California, KQED's live original series. Then, Gwen Eiffel leads a panel of top journalists to examine the latest news from our nation's capital on Washington Week. For in-depth analysis of local and national reports, tune in every Friday night beginning at 7:30.
Contribute to KQED at the Signal Society level and receive wonderful benefits, including lending library borrowing privileges, invitations to intimate events, programming information, and recognition in KQED's annual report. To join the Signal Society, call 553-2300 or visit kqed.org.
Here are the call letters and locations of a good many VHF and UHF translator stations in parts of Northern and Central California which carry all of KQED's programs. We identify these stations from time to time at the request of the FCC. You're watching KQED Public Television.
Take an exciting scientific journey in our own backyard. From nature and the environment to our health and well-being. Discover whole new worlds on Quest. A KQED production tonight at 7:30.
The arts in the Bay Area have a home on Spark.
It's all new again.
There isn't any wrong. It's all right.
This is exactly what I need to continue to do.
To make you stop and examine things that we do.
It was a hard thing to look at, but you couldn't look away.
It definitely looks like throughout my day that I'm really struggling because I am.
It's about the exhilaration of discovery.
Spark, a KQED production, Wednesday evenings at 7:30 and Friday nights at 11.
Rome wasn't built in a day, but you can enjoy all that Italy has to offer in a single afternoon on Rick Steves' Europe. Join us for an all-Italy marathon of shows, including the vibrant city of Naples, the charming region of Tuscany, and the romantic canals of Venice.
Italy intensifies as you plunge deeper.
Discover the places, people, and hidden gems of Italy with Rick Steves. He joins us live in the KQED studio, Saturday afternoon at 2.
The Josh Kornbluth Show, a KQED production, Monday nights at 7:30.
BBC World News is brought to you by WLIW New York. Funding for this presentation has been provided by the Freeman Foundation of New York, Stowe, Vermont, and Honolulu, the Newman's Own Foundation, and the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation.
A change of tack for Washington in Iraq. The U.S. will sit down with Iran and Syria. The Taliban say they tried to kill Dick Cheney. The U.S. Vice President escapes a suicide attack. Stock markets around the world tumble after a crash in China. This is BBC World in Washington. I'm Katty Kay.
And I'm Kirsty Lang in London.